of Yuletide. Plus, President Tinubu renews commitments to safety of citizens through Christmas, New Year celebrations. Take her to a greater height. Do you love and care about the peace and development of real estate? Together, let's make her and take her to a greater height. This is a task we must accomplish. It's the world news, and this is Rstv Television. Christmas Eve, why not? Some news. The sensitization of Rivers residents against the use of fireworks during the festivities ended with assurances that every machinery has been put in place to make the season accident-free. Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Special Duties, Davide Sokari George.
Going round the streets of Port Harcourt and Obiakpo local government areas on a float, the crew, led by Permanent Secretary Sokari George, told residents that the enjoyment of the season does not require unnecessary fire lighting and shooting of explosives. He maintained that Governor Fubara means well for everyone and would do anything to ensure that urban places and the hinterlands are habitable until they return to normal businesses in the new year.
Happiness is all what His Excellency needs, and I believe the message has been sent home. You can see joy all over the places we went to, the Navy Market, the Nileat Market, the Rumowoji Market, the Elekaya Market, the Masi Market, all joy all over. Keep on saying they've learned a new way of actually handling fire and fire-related incidents.
Sokari George thanked the people for promising to be obedient and law-abiding.
We have also gone to some waterfronts, so it's better rather than making announcements, gathering them in a stadium. We go to the table where they are to preach this awareness to them.
Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Normally comes with a rush that transcends all sectors like the markets, shopping centers, parks and gardens. Christmas Eve normally comes with a rush that transcends all sectors like the markets, shopping centers, parks and gardens and major motor parks. As usual, such frenzy comes with hikes in rental and fares. That's why they visited 2 terminals in the city and its environs to capture the commuters.
A visit to most motor parks in Port Harcourt to ascertain the level of patronage by commuters traveling within and outside Rivers State, I observed that families with bags and baggages were paying besides their tickets for their luggages. There was a huge turnout at each of the motor parks. The passengers and drivers interviewed expressed joy and happiness of the season to reunite with their families and friends.
Imo State, but I'm traveling to Calabar for their carnival this festival period. I'm going to have fun, just fun, to enjoy myself, nothing much. And I'm going alone.
From Port Harcourt to Nnewi, I paid 11,500.
I drive from Port Harcourt to Agbo. The charge is 50,000. Before it's 12,500.
Since morning, I've been here in this park since 7 o'clock. It's just now that the vehicle just arrived. So I'm glad I'm inside vehicle. At least I can get home today.
I go home to see my people and join with the family. Go empty and no money. I just go see them. Make them see me. Make them not say I don't die.
I'm going home to reunite to see my wife, to stay with my wife and my children. Having been in the town, this time is quite different. So I'm going to stay with them and then cross over before coming back this way.
Some motor park managers advised the drivers to be more cautious while driving and avoid taking alcohol.
I see that economic meltdown. Everybody's crying. I get me no money, no money. If you watch, you know that people are moving now. Those that have serious something to do in the village. Maybe burial, wedding, or any other ceremony. Or people have not gone to village for a very long time. But if people are going regularly, I have not seen any of them.
Drivers must be well behaved. They must be cautious because the times are hard and the insecurity we talk about is everywhere. And so we know by our training and the much refreshing of our drivers' driving habit, they should know that this is the time to test what they have learned.
God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
The Technical Planning Committee mandated to work out the operationalization and sustainability of the Ogoni Specialist Hospital set up by the Hydrocarbon Pollution Remediation Project, also called HYPREP, has submitted its report to the project coordinator in his office in Port Harcourt. Justice Ihunwo has the details.
The 14-month Technical Planning Committee was inaugurated in 28 May this year to develop strategies and comprehensive master plan, scope of medical services, propose appropriate management and governance structure, develop operational and financial model, as well as practical strategies to support environmental sustainability. The Specialist Hospital is one of the major projects being executed by HYPREP, located at Ite in Tai local government area of Rivers State, currently at over 78% completion stage. Presenting the report, the committee chairman, Professor Christy Mato, said the committee recommended operational and funding model that align with relevant laws of Rivers State and Nigeria. The committee also recommended that HYPREP establish and register an Ogoni Foundation to manage and sustain the hospital, as well as Hospital Management Committee. It also recommended a hybrid operational model comprising elements of private and public participation, similar to that of Obio Cottage Hospital, or federal government pronounce it a federal medical center. There is also recommendation on implementation of community health insurance throughout Ogoni for families and individuals, amongst others.
It will operate a hybrid financing model, incorporating a community-based health insurance program for the sustainability of its services. And the hospital would also operate an environmentally sound waste management system and ensure regular monitoring and evaluation of its services for quality assurance and improvement.
The project coordinator, HYPREP, Professor Neni Barini Zavi, thanked the committee for the thorough work done and assured that the project coordination office will forward the report to the governing council for consideration, adding that appropriate steps will be taken in collaboration with partners to implement it.
The Ogoni Specialist Hospital represents a strategic effort by HYPREP to address the long-standing health services gap in line with UNEP's recommendations.
He also called on all Ogoni communities to continue to support federal government's effort through HYPREP by protecting critical infrastructure.
I wish to use this opportunity to call on all Ogoni communities to continue supporting the federal government's efforts through HYPREP by protecting critical infrastructure, including the specialist hospital being provided for their benefit.
Justice Ihunwo, Rstv News.
Rumodunwere in Elelenwo town of Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State now has a regent to pilot the affairs of the community, putting paid to wranglings that cropped up at the will-be choice of the people. Stakeholders, including chiefs, the elders, women, and the youth, were excited at the selection of Chief Henso Chitro Odo. Melvin Jackson completes the report.
Briefing newsmen at his palace, the regent Chief Enso Chitoro explained that the community has been bereft of a paramount ruler following the demise of the immediate past ruler. He said this demise flung the gates of litigation open as to who would succeed the late king, but peace has since been restored because of the unanimous choice of the regent. Chief Odo appealed to the community to support his leadership and chart a new course for the community because, according to him, peace is the only panacea for development.
I will listen to my elders. If there is any issue on ground, we deliberate on it. I bring my ideology and add to theirs. We must get something out. So my expectation is that This community must move forward.
Some members of the community commended the regent for his emergence, describing him as a pillar and agent of peace and development, and a good ambassador of Rumodumere community in particular and Elilewon in general, and assured him of their unalloyed support.
Based on the period that this community has been divided due to selfish interests, my stand for this selection of a regent now is for the community to come back and build a peaceful front like we were before.
For him to have been chosen today, it's as a result of his antecedent, and I want to advise that he will keep up his character, because it's a trust that is given to you by the people, and that trust should not be betrayed in any way.
Rumodumere youth, we strongly believe that he will use this opportunity to make peace and in turn return Rumodumere to its glories that we used to know.
Paramount ruler of Elilewon, Eze Sonewele, confirmed that the court ordered the parties involved to appoint a regent pending the election of a substantive paramount ruler. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Let's talk about Christmas. The 6th Division Nigerian Army Port Harcourt took time out to celebrate Christmas with a festival of 9 lessons and carols. The event held at the 29th Battalion Parade Ground was attended by selected church choirs in Rivers State. Justice Ihumo has a report.
It was a prophetic and deliverance service after days of impartation at the Woji for Christ Crusade. Taking his text from Mark 16, 17 and 18, Reverend Taylor said the world is facing perilous times and as such the need for old-time religion. He admonished Christian faithful to immerse themselves in the Word of God and prayers to conquer the spirit of the last days.
When we give ourselves to this great and mighty God, He will now stand on our behalf to defend us. And my prayer to everyone that has heard me is to give ourselves to God in serious prayers, supplications, fasting, to be strong in the Lord.
Senior Minister and Chief Host of the Crusade, Reverend Emmanuel Ibe, appraised the performance of the 3-day program and expressed satisfaction at the turnout. He enumerated the activities that made up the crusade to include the physical and spiritual, whereby people were impacted and lives changed.
Friday, Saturday, and today it has been very awesome. God has been glorified. We have achieved our aim. So we just thank God it's a huge success. People gave their lives to Christ. People were healed. People were delivered. And of course, people testify of breakthroughs.
Assistant Pastor, Assemblies of God, Federal Housing Estate, Woji Branch, Reverend Emmanuel Shedrack, and the Church Secretary, Deacon Elijah Carlo, expressed appreciation to God for a successful outing this year and hoped for more soul-winning programs.
Whenever God is at work, the way God's work is being a spiritual event is not like the way we assess it in the physical. So we know that with this program, a lot of people have been touched.
We're in the mood of Christmas, celebrating the birth of Christ. People need to know what it's all about. That's why we use this opportunity to reach out to people, preach the gospel, and give them palliative too.
The program featured soul-lifting song renditions, testimonies, thanksgiving offering, and choir ministrations, youth and adult categories. Ndu Ajay, Rstv News.
More Christmas stories will come, but not without this break. Water shortage hits Tanzania's biggest city as Christmas sets in. And in sports, Nigerian National League finds Gombe United for fans on unruly behavior. These and many more are coming if you keep us company when we return after these messages.
Feast of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. Lamentations 3:22. The Omega Power Ministries, OPM Worldwide, presents a one-day mercy prayer with the theme, "O Lord, have mercy upon me." We are approaching a new year, and it is time to invite the mercy of God to usher us into the new year. A one-day mercy prayer is a day to reactivate the mercy of God upon our lives, upon our destinies, upon the good works of our hands, because mercy prayer draws the hand of God. Mercy prayer nullifies every legal ground and power that is speaking against our lives and destinies. This is a day you cannot afford to miss. Date, Thursday, 25th December 2025. Time, 6 a.m. in the morning to 7 p.m. in the evening. Venue, OPM Headquarters, Dr. Jesus City, Mbodo Alu, River State, and in all our branches worldwide. Come and obtain God's mercy and find grace to help you in the year 2026.
OPM. Protect every day with Hypo.
Germs always find a way back.
So disinfect your living room every day with Hypo.
Hypo, Hypo, go Hypo. Protect your home every day with Hypo.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
Hypo, go Hypo.
My champs, they use energy at school.
Your champs need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast.
It has nutrients that support energy release.
Milo! Alright everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Shout my teeth fresh now, but you know, I beg no be slow. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world? For zero cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, it's your time to brush. Mama and Papa buy up, use up and shine your smile. No more cover mouth. Because with Colgate, that will do ya down with your smile.
No worries, I go make am. Mogo Bible.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirmed.
Money point, made for your progress.
Protect every day with Hypo.
Stains and dirt don't go on break.
So whiten your whites with Hypo.
Hypo, Hypo, go Hypo. Protect your home every day with Hypo.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
Hypo, go Hypo.
My champs, they use energy at school.
Your champs need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast.
It has nutrients that support energy release.
Milo!
Every move you make this festive season radiate with joy.
Glow Unlimited.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining. balanced analysis. RSTV, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back to more reports. The 6th Division Nigerian Army, Port Harcourt, took out time to celebrate Christmas with a festival of 9 lessons and carols. The event held at the 29th Battalion Parade Ground was attended by selected church choirs in River State. Justice Ihumo has the details.
Some of the churches that met presentation at the Festival of 9 Lessons and Carols include St. James and St. Matthew's choirs, both of Bori Camp, St. Jude's Military Choir, GRA, and Police Chaplaincy Choir. Others are Catholic Institute of West African Choir, Air Force Chaplaincy Choir, Navy Chaplaincy Choir, CWF St. James Choir, CWO St. James, Omega Power Ministries, and Children Choir. The first lesson was read by the General Officer commanding 6th Division, Major General Emmanuel Emeka, while his wife, Mrs. Manfon James Emeka, read the second lesson. The GOC speaks on the essence of the ceremony and what Christians should reflect on this season.
The summary of that is that it is important that you live like you are in one religion. Christians and Muslims live together without problem.
Justice Ihumo, Rstv News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has called on Nigerians to uphold unity, religious tolerance, and peaceful coexistence as his administration continues to protect the rights and safety of citizens of all faith. In his 2025 Christmas goodwill message, the president congratulated Christians in Nigeria and across the world, describing the season as that for reflection on the birth of Jesus Christ and his message of peace, love, and hope. He assured Nigerians of his government's commitment to entrenching religious freedom and safeguarding people of different beliefs from violence. Now to foreign reports. Some of Tanzania's 6 million residents began their day with a frantic search for water on Christmas Eve, according to reports. In some homes, plastic containers were stacked outside the door, ready to be carried at a moment's notice whenever word spreads that a nearby tap is flowing again. City authorities ration water, which homes get once a week, but the wait can stretch from weeks for some families. The crisis caused by a drought and rising demand has persisted for months. And now to entertainment. A new movie telling the Ogoni story leading to the environmental degradation and political marginalization has been presented to the public. Titled Oil Deal, the movie is produced by Lebari Yorama. Nnamdi Olumini has a report. All right, we're continuing. Being vigilant during church programs this Yuletide could avert security breaches. So said General Overseer of Global Grace Encounter Assembly, Prophet Gideon Wuruko, who gave the remark shortly after an event to mark his 52nd birthday celebration. Vincent Ako reports that the event took place at the church auditorium at Adibo Fair in Port Harcourt local government. Super Eagles head coach Eric Chalet has called for improvements Despite Nigeria's 2-1 victory over Tanzania in their opening match of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations on Tuesday, Shelley said the team created several chances, especially in the first half, but admitted mistakes in the second half, which allowed Tanzania back into the game and encouraged the team to show greater discipline and control as the tournament progresses. Meanwhile, Burkina Faso rallied to beat Equatorial Guinea 2-1 in a thrilling Group E contest at the Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca on Wednesday. The Stallions scored 2 late goals against their 10-man opponents, which put up a resolute display in the contest. And the Nigerian National League has imposed a fine of 2.5 million naira on Gombe United after fans encroached, harassed and intimidated match officials. The league body said Gombe United breached